ambiance. I know it's not that dark in here to be saying scary stories or like paranormal stories, but I'm just gonna try, so my bad if the lighting looks terrible. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Lunaria33. Today I'm going to share with you 2 paranormal events that happened to me. Both of these happened when I was very, very young. The first one, I think, from what I can remember, is the very first, it's kind of like spirit encounter, but in this case it was an animal spirit. So what had happened was, I believe I was probably like 1.5 to 2 years old, right? And it was summertime. It was probably like 7 p.m. at night. We were staying in an apartment that my mom had at the time. It was me and my not little brother, me and my big brother. And we were like in our t-shirts and our diapers, you know, just chilling at the kitchen table. My mom was either cooking or she was washing dishes, but we were all in the kitchen, right? Me and my brother were doing baby stuff, talking baby talk at the table. And like I said, the window was open, right? Because it was summertime. It was probably like 7 p.m. So look kind of darkish outside from what I can remember. And our apartment at the time had the fire escape stairs, like the ones that are attached, that you have to kind of pull down a ladder if you're outside. You know what I mean? So it had one of those. Keep that in mind. So like I said, we were doing our thing at the table, being babies. My mom was either washing dishes or making dinner. I don't remember. Next thing I notice, a cat, a black cat, jumps in. We didn't even notice the cat come in, by the way, but it jumps in on the table and it scared the shit out of me and my brother. We never saw an animal before. We never saw a cat before. So mind you, we're just here freaking out because we don't know what this is. The cat did not hurt us at all. It just like, you know, kind of scared the shit out of us. Literally, probably. So I was sitting at the end of the table. You know how the table is rectangular? So I was sitting at the end and my brother was sitting at my right. So when the cat was jumped on the table, it started like walking towards me. And of course, me and my brother are freaking out, but the cat was more like interested in me for some reason. Like his focus was more on me, but the cat was very calm. It just hissed a little bit at my brother, mainly because like he wanted to hit the cat. Because he saw, obviously, I was getting scared and he was scared too. And my mom was over there thinking like me and my brother were fighting and that he made me cry. And then she had noticed like, no, these sound like terrified screams, not like fighting screams or crying. And so she turns around and she sees the cat and she just like grabs it and she chucks it out the window. We were probably on the 2nd or 3rd floor. But she grabbed the cat and she chucked it out the window like nobody's business. She's over there trying to like make sure we're okay. She checks us, make sure we're not scratched or anything, you know, rabies or whatever. So she's checking us. We're just scared. We're fine. The cat didn't scratch us or do anything. It just scared the shit out of us. So my mom goes to check because obviously like, yeah, she did it. She did that to the cat because, you know, self-defense. Her babies are scared, but she also obviously still felt bad that she chucked the cat out the window. So she goes to check outside the window, and even though it was like 7 p.m., it was dark out, you could still kind of see the side of the building with like the street lights on. So you could see something. So she went to see if she saw the cat, you know, on the floor or anything, or even like on the fire escape railing or whatever, because she didn't hear anything, you know? And even though like cats can land on their paws, like they still make a sound when they hit the floor regardless. But she went to go check, and this all happened like really fast too. It's not like she took 10 minutes to check. So she went to go check and there was no cat. There was no cat anywhere. And if the cat was hurt, it's not really gonna be able to just run off lickety split. You know, it's gonna take its time to like try to walk off or something. So she checked and there was no cat. There was nothing there. So at that time, I think that's the first time that I ever had a spirit, in this case, an animal spirit, you know, visit me or tried to visit me, I guess. And I feel like that's somehow connected at the fact of why cats or like the feline family are so drawn to me and why I'm so drawn to them. There's like something about them. There's like a weird connection. I don't really know what it is. It might be something from a past life, but I think since then it's kind of just something that was meant to be, like a connection that I have with felines. It's weird, I know. But yeah, that's my first ever paranormal event that I can remember, because I was like 1.5 or 2, and it dealt with the black cat. Now the next paranormal event that I'm going to talk about. I think I was like, I don't remember if the youngest grade at the time was kinder or pre-kinder. I think it was pre-kinder. It's probably pre-kinder, kindergarten, and then I don't remember because they have pre-kinder and preschool. But like back in the day, we had kindergarten and then pre-kinder. I don't know. It was the earliest one from before you go to kindergarten and then before you go to first grade. So I was in the earliest grade. I was probably 3 or 4. I'm just gonna say 4. I think I was 4 years old. And again, it was summertime, only this time it was sunny outside. We were outside at the corner of our house or store, because at the time our home was above my dad's business. So we were just chilling on the corner. I was with my mom. My dad was talking to, I think, one of his workers about God knows what. I think it was probably like maybe 12 p.m., so noonish. And the weather was probably like in the 70s. It felt windy, but still kind of warm. So my dad was talking to one of his workers or business partners about God knows what. I'm here just not understanding anything. I'm like holding on to my mom's leg or her dress or whatever she had on just to stay close to her. And one of her friends or acquaintances passes by, so she starts talking to them. And these are the adults going blah, 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 blah. And I'm just here like, you know, just looking around doing, you know, baby stuff, just admiring whatever's going on around me. And next thing I know, I notice across the street, because like I said, we're on the corner. There's a light right there, a traffic light. And I noticed across the street, even though there's cars passing by, I noticed this older woman. And she's kind of calling to me. She had on, I don't know if you guys know what those suit dresses kind of look like that old people wear. They usually like to wear them at like church or something. If I find one, I'll post a picture of it on the screen just so you guys can have a visual. She was Latina too, because my neighborhood is predominantly Latinas. But she was probably 65-ish, 60 to 70 years old. She had kind of a hair sprayed up afro. She didn't have gray hair. Her hair was still kind of brown. I noticed she did have brown hair, but it was kind of like a sprayed up afro, if that makes sense. But she was calling me, not like physically, or I'm sorry, not like, you know, vocally, but physically, to like come here. And like I said, there was traffic, right? Because the traffic light was right there, but I wasn't paying attention to the traffic, obviously, because I'm a fucking, you know, 4-year-old or 3-year-old. I just, you know, had my focus on her. And it's like nobody else could see her, at least it felt that way. But she was calling me, and it was one of those instances where you don't hear anything else around you. You know what I mean? It's just like your focus is on this, but you don't hear all the noise or anything going on around you. So I let go of my mom's leg or dress or whatever I was holding, and I started walking to her while there was traffic. I'm not running or anything. I'm like walking slowly, you know, like, you know, being a kid, laughing like, ha ha ha, this is fun. Not really. But so I was walking to her, and then my mom noticed like a few seconds after that I had let go of her leg or something, and she sees me like already 2 steps, you know, across the sidewalk going into traffic, and she like gasps or yells or something. And when she does this, the worker that was talking to my dad was the closest to me, so he just noticed right away and saw her eyes towards the direction where I was, and he turned around and he freaking like grabbed me. At that time, obviously I was 3 or 4, so I couldn't explain why I did that, what I saw, you know, things of that nature. But when the guy picked me up and he was, you know, giving me back to my mom, I still faced the direction where the woman was. Like I kind of, the way that they moved me, I guess, I was able to turn around and see the direction where this woman was that was calling me into traffic, and she wasn't there anymore. And like I said, she was an older woman. It's not like she's gonna be able to fucking run out of there, you know? But she wasn't there. And that was, I feel that was another paranormal event that happened to me. Was also a time where I could have died too. But so that was another paranormal event that happened when I was very, very young. I have quite a few stories, obviously, from growing up. I think the next story that I'm going to tell, though, is when I was in high school. And it's kind of funny, probably embarrassing, but it was a very interesting experience. So let me know what you guys think about these story time videos. If you want to hear my next paranormal event or my next paranormal story that was kind of funny in a way, leave the ghost emoji in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!